I'm a very elegant egg. Hey guys, so you probably know that I don't have a working front camera at the moment, so I'm going to be filming like this. I'm not going to film with my webcam because it's not very HD, and I want you to see all the imperfections that I usually hide on the internet. So I can do this tutorial properly. Now this is a video about how I deal with my skin. As you can see, it has lots of lumps and pores and spots and all sorts. So I've already exfoliated today because the sides of my nose, the pores were very blocked and it was really gross. So I've exfoliated and used some moisturizer already. I especially need to pay attention to this zone. I think it's the T zone or the A zone, I can't remember. The middle of my cheeks, well, yeah, like the middle of my face where my cheeks are and where my nose is are very porous, and that's where all the spots are. So that's basically the type of skin I'm working with when I do my makeup. As you can see, this is a potato. It's very lumpy. It's got holes and dimples and freckles and all of this kind of thing. And it's just like a funny shape and it's not very elegant. So I thought this would be my starting point because that's literally where I am at the moment. And when I do my makeup, I can improve my face a bit. I won't look like a Disney princess or a model or anything. That's a bit unrealistic, obviously, but I can look a bit like this nice egg. As you can see, it's very smooth. It has some freckles, but it's not lumpy like the potato. So that's about the level that my skin can get to. Like I said, I may never be a beautiful princess. I may always look like an egg, definitely in pictures. But if I can look like an elegant egg, at least that's something. And at least I don't look like a lumpy potato anymore, which is what I look like 90% of the time. So as you can kind of tell, this is a tutorial for people with imperfect skin. So I'm going to show you what I do, which are some tricks. This is a concealer, as you can see. It's the lipstick shape type, and it's very tacky and sticky and not very good quality. So usually people will tell you to prime your skin with primer, because that's what primer is for. I do that sometimes, but I also use this, and I'll show you why in a minute. Focus. As you can see, there are all these holes in my skin. Sorry if you've got trypophobia, that's really not nice, but this is what I'm dealing with when I do my makeup. And as you can see, to start with, the concealer does nothing. It doesn't go into the pores, it's not very good coverage, oh my god. It doesn't work at first, but that's why you need a brush. Now I usually use Porefessional as if I'm going to use a primer as primer, because that makes your skin very smooth and velvety and it's very good quality. It also means it's a bit expensive, but I think it's worth it. That's what I would use for a good quality thing. But sometimes you just want to block up the pores completely so you can cover it with a good foundation, and like the quality doesn't matter as much as long as you are blocking those pores. That sounds bad, but as long as you... Okay, it stopped recording, but I was just saying that coverage is important. I've sort of covered my dark circles there as well. So as you can see, the skin looks a lot smoother. See, I'm never going to have perfect skin, obviously. And I will probably still look like an egg by the time this is finished, but I will be an elegant egg, which is preferable to my usual potato look. I've already done the top half, which is why my eyebrows probably look a bit weird. It's important to remember that pores and spots and freckles and all of these things are a normal thing to have and there's nothing wrong with them. But saying that, a lot of the time if you put your makeup on and there are spots and pores visible, it makes you feel bad. A lot of people don't want to look like that. So ideally, if we can make our skin as smooth as it can look, like the surface of an egg, then that is preferable if that's what you want to do. But don't crack like an egg does, because that ain't good. Black don't crack, but I do. Now as you can see, it looks better. The pores that were all there are less visible. I don't know if you can tell, but they are. The primer that I used, that isn't a primer, this concealer, this is quite orange in colour, and the foundation that's on top is quite white. So it'll probably, if you look closely, you'll probably see it, but people don't get that close to me anyway, so hopefully it'll be fine. Because I apply my foundation with this, which is very big, I can't get close enough to the eyes to cover those dark circles. I've worked on covering the pores, but the dark circles are still there because it can't really get into all the corners as well as I'd like. So I have this type of concealer as well, the one that looks like a lip gloss instead of a lipstick. And I can use that to get in there, or I can use the foundation and use a smaller brush. Then obviously that's too big, but a small brush can do it. So I'm just gonna cover those dark circles now. I have dark circles right in the corner. So if I can cover them, that's great. And I know this probably looks really lumpy right now, but I will smooth it down, make it a lot more natural looking in a minute. I find this brush is good to just lightly push it down. So if there's anything that I've really caked on, I just push it and it just flattens it down. And I know this isn't very good for your pores to put loads of makeup on them, but like, who are we kidding? It's good to cover our imperfections a bit, and as long as you clean it off well, it should be fine. So that is looking a lot better. Okay, on camera you can still see dark circles, but come on. This camera isn't very unforgiving. The naked eye somehow is a lot kinder to me than the camera, which I don't really understand, but if you grow up kind of looking like a potato, it can be quite daunting, from my experience, to be told by really gorgeous YouTubers how to like make your makeup look good and cover all your flaws, and like they seemingly don't have any flaws even without makeup. So it can be good to have some tutorials for potatoes. What am I saying? It's good for someone else who's judged by society for looking like a potato to show you how they do it, especially if they're like me and they have limited money and time, and you might be in the same boat with that. I'm not calling you guys potatoes, I'm just stating that I am. Now, the next part is usually eyebrows. When I'm doing my makeup, I'm usually trying to get somewhere by a certain time. I've probably overslept, I'm probably depressed and can't be bothered to do anything too complicated. So, rather than plucking my eyebrows and making them look good, I'll just draw all over them and hope for the best. So here's how I do that. If anyone was ever under any impression that I could be a beauty guru, like, I've opened their eyes now. They're not gonna have any delusions to that. So my eyebrows, I just keep the normal shape, make it go thin at the end, and then I fill out this end. And I use a pencil that's the same color as my hair. So this is an eyeliner, and it's turquoise, and it's by Bourjois Paris, apparently. So I just do that. And then I do the same on the other side, but it never matches. This side's always lower, less arched, and whereas your eyebrows are meant to be sisters rather than twins, or it's seen as acceptable for them to be sisters rather than twins, my eyebrows seemingly don't even have the same dad. Like, I don't know if one of them's adopted or something, but then they're definitely not blood relations in any way. Also, something you should know is that eyeliner is quite sticky because it's not meant to go in anywhere with this hair. It's not meant to go in your eyebrow. So it's a little bit more sticky, and you get this kind of stickiness in your eyebrow, and this needs to be sharpened. Can I be bothered? No. So we're just gonna roll with it like I usually do. These aren't gonna match. And so your eyebrow feels a little bit sticky. I always do this one slightly too high, so there's hair underneath, and then I just pluck the hairs out. You don't need me to show you how to do that, but there's usually hairs that you can see around it. The correct ideal way to do your eyebrow, that's a mess, but that's the point of this video, so I'm not gonna fix it. The usual ideal way of doing eyebrows is you pluck them first and then you draw them, but I always do it the other way around, and I use it as kind of a life hack, because I know how to draw the shape, and I can do that quite easily, and then once I've drawn the shape, I can see which hairs are out of line, and I pluck them out, almost like using a stencil, but not. Like, the drawing is my template, and then I pluck around that. It's not meant to be the correct way to do it, but it actually works better for me, so that's what I do. And I know that potatoes don't usually have turquoise eyebrows, but you know, it's a metaphor. Then people usually do their eyes. If it's a usual work day, I may or may not even be bothered to do eyes. Sometimes I just use a bit of a bit of mascara and don't even bother with eyeliner because this is difficult. The wings always look wrong. I have hooded eyes, so it never matches. So we're just gonna imagine this is a day where I'm just doing this. How this will look depends on how well I took my mascara off the night before. Hang on. I'm noticing a bit that looks bad, so now I'm doing it with my left hand. That's good. That's bad. That's very bad. Sometimes these bits are stuck together because sometimes I don't wipe that off properly the night before. This time they're not stuck together, but it's smudged. I'm a very elegant egg. Now most of the time I won't even make this much effort, but like, yeah, that is generally how I bugger up my eyelashes. My hair is a mess, which is kind of why I wanted to film. Because usually for my videos I need to look good, and I don't film unless I look good. And if I can't be bothered to do my hair and makeup nicely, I can't be bothered to film a video. Whereas today I look like shit as per usual, and I thought, you know what, this is the kind of video you can film looking like shit. I kind of look better with turquoise eyebrows though, but I don't think you can see how badly they're drawn, like it's not even filled in there. Considering I'm someone with bad skin and a weird shaped face, I think I do have the ability to improve myself quite a lot. That's not me bragging, that's just I think I've got better at that in years, or maybe it's puberty, I don't know. But I think I can improve myself. We actually have an expression in the UK called people say she scrubs up well, which is like a girl who's not very pretty can actually scrub up well, as in, you know, with a bit of makeup she can help herself out a little bit. And I never really thought that was me. I need to contour my nose, it's very big. I never really thought that I would be able to, but now recently I've put some pictures on Instagram and I was like, actually, yeah, you know what, I do scrub up well. I didn't look like this, you know. But if I was just going to work and back, I think this is basically what I would do. So as you can see, my mirror is dirty, that's not what I was going to say. As you can see, I'm usually a potato. I don't want to get out of bed. I feel depressed, especially without makeup on, especially if I'm having a bad skin day. I feel very lumpy and like my skin isn't good enough. And if you are depressed, then that makes it even worse. Looking bad can be bad for your self-worth. But if I can just put a little bit of makeup on, I can become this freckly egg. Oh. A lot of the time I can't be bothered to do that, mostly because of being depressed. But I feel like, I was gonna say every little helps, but that sounds like this is sponsored by Tesco, and it's not. I feel like even improving a little bit can improve my mood a lot. Even if it's just a bit of concealer and foundation and I don't do my eyebrows, I would look totally like an egg when I do that, because I don't have eyebrows or eyeliner and there's no definition. But I'd rather look like an egg than an ugly potato. And there's nothing wrong with looking a certain way. I'm not saying other people are potatoes, but if you feel like a potato, then you're gonna feel bad. And if you feel like you look okay, it can improve your mood a lot. Even if you have weird mismatched turquoise eyebrows, there's no reason why not. If that's what makes you feel good, that's what makes you feel good. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I know that was really light-hearted and silly, but you can probably tell it had an important message to me. It doesn't matter if you can't afford great makeup or expensive makeup, and it doesn't matter if you don't look like a princess or a model, because that's an unrealistic standard and you shouldn't have to look a certain way. But if you can use a few life hacks to cover up your pores or do something like that that makes you feel better, then that's great. And if you're someone who can feel really good without makeup, or you don't care if your skin has spots or whatever, that's also great. But I feel like for some people, they do worry about their appearance, and we all have these lumps and imperfections and things. Even if some people seem like they don't, they probably do. And it doesn't matter where we start from anyway, because it's all about the destination. And if your destination is somewhere where you feel that you can look good, that's the important thing. I hope you liked this self-depreciating video, and I hope you found it useful or funny or whatever. Please share your tips and tricks and life hacks in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!